Well, it did end. So this is part 2 of a very short story that I've now stretched into a 2-parter about buying a dual temp, dual probe, remote read thermometer for the turkey. So anyway, as I was saying, the thing was done after 2 hours. Cooked it for another hour, which wasn't horrific. It ended up pretty good. I had to carve it. It was getting late, so I had to carve it and put it away. And I'm not great at carving a turkey yet. I haven't carved a ton of them. I did okay, but at the end, it's just a lot of gross visuals of me just peeling the meat from the carcass with my grubby little fingers. But I got the breasts off fine. The legs came off. It ended up being very tender. It was very fall aparty because I cooked it longer than I needed to. It didn't seem to dry out, which surprised me because the last few times that I've made a turkey, I did a 3-day brine, which I put it in a bucket with salt and spices and stuff like that. Let it soak for 3 days. The thought being that it'll retain more moisture. Interestingly, I think one of the problems is also when I do that, I also put store-made chicken stock or beef stock or something like that in there. And I've noticed that my 3-day brine turkey has more of a it's got a weird taste to it. This one didn't have, but it's got I think the problem is I always end up having beef stock left around and not chicken stock, so that makes I think that's there's a weird beef flavor I get in my brined turkey because I keep using beef stock. Anyway, this turkey turned out pretty good. I broke the wishbone. My daughter's going to be devastated. But the point of the story was the the 2-probe dual temperature remote read thermometer, which is pretty nice. It gives instant temperature. You can read it on your phone. I downloaded the app because I'm not giving away enough of my personal information. Now I need people to know what 2 temperatures my food are. What 2 temperatures my food is or are? I guess it depends on the food. I stopped for gas. I got Wawa coffee. Not my favorite, but it's convenient and it is coffee. So, the end of the story, the punchline for this inexplicably 2-part story is that the thermometer, I only used it once so far. It seems pretty nice. I mean, it's missing a lot of features I would like. It doesn't have a magnet on the back. It has a kickstand, which doesn't really make any sense because the thing is not very heavy. We give artificial value to things that are heavy. That's actually why I have the brass clock that I was talking about earlier, because just things with heft seem to have more value. So a lot of these, this product is a very good product, and I know it sounds stupid, but I would, and obviously for shipping reasons, we live in a completely different world than we used to. It's plastic. The electronics inside are probably very tiny. There's 2, you've got the sensor probes. I guess the transducers are in the probes. There's just a little bit of electronics to translate it into a temperature. Not the transducers. The thermocouples are definitely in the probes themselves, but I can't imagine there's a lot of electronics in the thing. You just got your display for the 2 temperatures. It's got some functionality. You can set a timer. You can set it to a certain temperature range. But anyway, the thing was about $33. And like I said, I wish it had a magnet so I could attach it to either the oven or the refrigerator or some other surface. I wish it had a stand with some heft to it. I'll probably end up making something that's if I had my 3D printer, that's something where I would probably print something that I could click it into and then end up filling the base with sand so it had that kind of heft to it. Because like I said, as it stands now, the kickstand is pointless because there's just no way to use it. The weight of the wires that lead to the probes. And they're not heavy, but it's such that that little plastic display thing will not sit anywhere correctly. You gotta like wedge it in however you want it. Your mileage may vary. So it was $33. Jesus Christ, it's hard for me to get to the finish line on this. It was $33. We're leaving the store. It was a typical trip to Walmart. We went there for a couple things. Everything's an impulse buy. We left with section J, I think. So we had a cart full of stuff. We bought shelves, totes, the food that I had mentioned earlier, and what were the three big items? So there was the shelf. The totes were expensive. The shelf, they were $13, 13 something a piece. We bought two of them. Crazy. Just get them at the thrift store for like $1. Two totes, the shelves, and the thermometer were the three expensive things, but we had an entire cart full of other stuff. So as we're walking to the front door, like, things are just expensive. So every time we go shopping now, we comment on like criminy. It's just, neither one of us say criminy. We were surprised at how much it was. She looked at the receipt and she read off the top three things. The thermometer was $39. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it is. Look right here. I'm like, what the heck? So, and I don't know if Walmart is the store we've been hearing this about, but on the shelf it said $33. It's $33 and some change, whatever. $33. On the app, because I couldn't find the damn thing, on the app it said $33. It's in section Y, and the store is laid out really well. I guess I'm just an idiot, and section Y was hard to find. It was over by barbecue stuff, which I guess if I had put a little bit of thought into it, that's where I would have went to look for it, but I was looking in like kitchenwares and electronics and lingerie and couldn't find it. So when I finally find it, right on the shelf it says $33. On the app, they helped me find it in section Y, it said $33. Obviously, we're walking out the door, so it's $39. So, like I said, like, no, let's go to customer service. And so they won't refund the money. The woman, like, didn't even really talk. We explained it to her. Like, I don't know if the entire transaction, she said 3 words to us, but she definitely eyed us up and down the whole time. Very condescending. And then she gave us our refund, which was around $7 on a Walmart gift card. And, like, it makes me wonder how much other stuff, we didn't go through the receipt to try to figure out, like, everything else we bought, how much of it, like, did they charge us the price that it says on the shelf or in the app? But it makes me wonder, like, for as often as I've gone to Walmart, how often does this happen? So I was a little upset about that, especially the part where it's like they wouldn't give me the money back. They gave me a Walmart gift card, and not any more than this discrepancy, and no apology, no explanation, just like, I feel like it's like, they caught us. Yeah, give them their $7. Like, you feel stupid asking for it, but you also, like, want to make sure they know. And, like, there was no mentions like, oh, we'll take care of this, we'll fix it, we'll we'll update the system. No, it's just, here's your $7 on a Walmart gift card. Get out of here. So, anyway, that's the story. It didn't need to be a 2-parter. Who knows? Maybe I'll make another video today and try to condense that into about a 12-second video instead of a 2-part video that goes on forever. Did I mention this is Monday, October 7th, 2024, part 2 of the very short Walmart story. Anyway, in case I didn't say that at the beginning, I said it now. Doesn't help me if I'm looking for things at the beginning of the video to identify what date they're on, but what are you going to do? Anyway, have a wonderful day.